Now, I'm making this video as a response not only to myself but also to Tecton TV, and the reason I'm going to do this is that I finally was able to answer a lot of my own questions, although I did have a little bit of help from Tecton TV. Now, the thing is that he had made a video about Abraham and Isaac, which was a response to a Fundy Atheist. And then I came up with some interesting questions of my own that I felt that some people were going to bring up if they ever watched that one from Tecton TV. And I thought, you know what? These questions need to be answered. And so with him and me discussing it, we finally came up with some answers, and these are the answers we came up with. I hope Tecton will take all this information and actually turn it into a presentation to shut these Fundy Atheists up once and for all. Because I know that they'll come up with this, and it's just one of those things where we just want to shut them up. Alright, so what is the information? Okay, well, first of all, I found out that when we're talking about Abraham and Isaac, what kind of shoes were they wearing? They were wearing wooden shoes with leather straps. Okay? And so to take a journey, unless you were a very fit person, to take a journey in those kind of shoes would be a little rough on your spine. However, we have biblical evidence that shows that Abraham and Isaac were very much fit and were very capable of wearing these kind of shoes and traveling great distances. How do we know this? Because Abraham and Isaac, when God asked Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, okay, they were residing in Beersheba. Now, Beersheba is south of Jerusalem. It's a long way south of Jerusalem. So, within hours of getting the message from God, Abraham takes his donkey, takes Isaac and a couple of servants, and they start walking from Beersheba to Mount Moriah, which is in Jerusalem. Now, this is no picnic. I can tell you that right now. That is a distance of approximately 50 miles. So, you're talking about walking 50 miles in about 3 days. That's a long distance. In wooden shoes with leather straps. So either you're fit or you're not going to make it. These guys were fit, both of them. Now, what about the wood? The wood most likely would have been acacia wood. It was not twigs. Even Tecton will admit they were not twigs, and we were trying to get these Fundy Atheists to admit that Isaac and Abraham were not carrying twigs. They were carrying more like acacia wood. However, all we have to do is go to the book of Ezekiel, and we find out that we have dried animal dung, and the dried animal dung would cover that wood, thus making it possible to make a great big bonfire out of a little bit of wood. So the next question that gets answered is this: how could they carry that much wood, 3 days journey, and then up 777 feet of Mount Moriah and not get winded? Well, it wasn't that much wood because they were carrying dried animal dung with them, so they didn't have to have near as much wood to burn. And of course, we've also proven that they were twigs either. So, that's why Abraham and Isaac were not winded when they got up to the top of that hill. It wasn't because they were carrying twigs. That's wrong. They were carrying acacia wood and dried animal dung. Now, that makes a big difference. So, here we got two fit guys with two servants. They are well equipped to walk in wooden shoes with leather straps, 3 days, 50 miles, and then up 777 feet of a hill. Not a problem for them. So that debunks everything that these atheists are going to say, and I know they are. And that's it. The end. So now we have filled in the missing gaps. Hopefully, Tecton will take all this information, turn it into a nice presentation, and shut these ding-dongs up once and for all. Because they really be shut up. So, anyway, just thought I'd throw that information out there. Hopefully Tecton will pick this up, and like I said, I hope he makes a big cartoon out of it. Alright. I will tell you more in a future video. Stay tuned.